Okay. So I wanted to say thank you to the people who have been supporting me. The kind words for my birthday, and it does mean a lot to me, and friend as well, especially since I haven't been feeling well these last couple of days. I'm gonna be trying to set up a doctor's appointment for next week to see if we can figure out what's going on because it's not getting better, and it's um, So I've been talking for a couple of years about how I have trouble with inflammation, bowel inflammation, and the doctors have not yet been able to tell me why. I thought that maybe I had celiac and I was suddenly having trouble digesting grains. Um, but they've tested me and they said that it's not celiac. So, but I don't know what it is aside from when I eat, my bowels get inflamed. And the thing with your bowels, your intestines, it's not a straight line through you. It's all curvy and twisty in there. And so when they inflame and they get bigger, it pushes against everything else in your body. Oh God, friend, where are you going? Anyways, it pushes against everything in your body and it makes everything miserable. At the worst of it, my back locks up and I can't hardly even walk. Like I can't stand to unbend because my back just completely locks from the swelling in my bowels. And yesterday, I was having trouble breathing from it. Like I couldn't fully inhale because there was so much swelling inside of me that my lungs just would not fully expand. And I was getting pain every time I would try to inhale. So obviously, this is not good. Um, I have on Wednesday, I have to be here for an inspection of my apartment because they have to come back since the gas was off for the last one. So but I don't know. I'm going to go on Monday to the doctor and make an appointment. Obviously, it can't be Wednesday. See, in my mind, okay, in my mind, because I have to be here Wednesday, I can't do anything until Thursday. And I'm trying to override that and say, no, I can make the appointment on Monday and just set it for another day. But my mind also says, but what if they want to set it for Wednesday? So I tell them not to. It's easier than I'm making it. That's what's going on with me. I am still on the list for Wi-Fi. We're just under 600 now. We're at like 590, something like that. So the list is moving. I think on the 1st it's going to be a big drop in the list because the boxes renew on the 1st of the month. They recycle. So, um, oh, I was going to explain what I think it is going on in my stomach because I'm pretty sure it's not celiac, but I think it might be diverticulitis. And so that when I go to the doctor, that's what I'm gonna have them test me for because they I have to tell them that I think it's something specific. I can't just go in there and say, hey, my bowels keep inflating like a balloon and I need help because they're gonna say, well, we don't know what would cause that, or I have to give them something to look for. These doctors, they don't just explore and tell me what's wrong. Um, so I'm going to tell them that I think it's diverticulitis, and the reason I think that is because what caused me to inflame really badly this week was that I ate 2 TV dinners that had corn in them, and I've literally been passing individual corn for a couple of days, and I think that that's what's causing the inflammation. And if it is, then I think that's a sign of diverticulitis. I could be wrong. Obviously, I don't really know what's going on. I just know that I feel like shit, and I can't eat, and I'm all swollen up inside, and I gotta find out why. Okay, so this is a part 2 to my last video, which I didn't upload, so I'm just going to have it compiled onto this one. So you will have watched that one before you watch this one. It's just because it's about the same thing, and I haven't been to the library to upload the other video yet, but I am sick. I was sick on my birthday, and I am still. Today is Monday, and last night I legitimately felt like I was gonna die. Like, I woke up yesterday emotional, just immediately crying upon opening my eyes. And so I thought my period is probably coming. That's a good sign that it's probably going to be ending in blood soon. Hasn't started yet, but so I assumed that I was probably going to feel a little shit because my period is going to be starting soon. It went so far past a little shit. And I know that there's something called period flu, where your PMS can literally feel like a flu. And I guess that's what happened, because after I cried, I had a headache that lasted all day long. It was a kind that, my eyes were hurting. I took multiple baths to try to soothe myself, and nothing was helping. By midday, I was laying down to try to take a nap and try to rest it off, and realized I was about to vomit. Had not even eaten anything, but needed to violently throw up. From then on, my stomach was in agony for the rest of the night. I mean, the pounding in my head, you could feel, if you put your hand on my stomach, you can feel a strong pulsation in my stomach, and that pulsation felt like it was the same pounding that was in my head. It felt like it was connected, right? Like my heart had moved from my stomach, and I could feel it pounding all over. And it just would not relent. And normally, sometimes this happens if I eat something that doesn't agree with me, and I'll get real bad sick. My stomach will get inflamed, and the pulsations, the hot flashes, this is normal. But this was that ramped up, and nothing came of it. Like, I never had to use the bathroom. From all of the hot flashes, from all of the pulsations, from all of it, it wasn't to evacuate something, which doesn't make sense. Because normally when this happens, it's happening because my body is trying to get rid of something. But it didn't. And my period also hasn't started. So what the fuck is happening to me right now? I don't know. I will go to a doctor after Wednesday. After they do the inspection on Wednesday, I can free up my clock and I can go to a doctor and find out if it's still happening. I'm kind of hoping it will just, like, blood will appear and it'll suddenly all magically be understood. But, like, last night was a nightmare. I laid here all night just in misery. There was no way I could position myself where I wasn't hurting. My back ached. My stomach was just a constant roller coaster, just constantly turning and twisting. My head would not stop throbbing, no matter what I did. And I don't get headaches. The weed helps that a lot, I'm sure. But I don't get headaches, except when I'm having bad period or bad digestive issues, and they usually pass very quickly. So this is uncommon for me. Like I said, it might clear up. I might be fine by Friday. I don't know. I'm waiting until the inspection on Wednesday, and then I'm going to try to find out what's going on if it hasn't revealed itself by then. So to be clear, I'm pretty sure I'm not actually sick. I'm pretty sure this is just my menstrual, because my period has always made me very, very sick. I mean, back in high school, I would throw up. Like, they thought that I had a problem for a while because I would get sick so often from my period. It became a game with my friend to see if I had eaten corn recently. You know, it was a normal part of life for me from the time I started having periods, that they would make me violently ill. And I would just keep pushing through with life anyway. But it's getting to the point now where that violently ill is, it's really becoming debilitating, because whereas a kid, I would go to school, I would throw up and feel like shit all day, but I would be in that fucking seat. Now, when this happens, I can't go anywhere. I can't go to the library and upload stuff. I can't go to the store and get stuff because I constantly feel like I'm going to pass out if I'm standing up. Like, I feel so weak and so shaky that I can't function. And it's getting problematic. I'm used to it, but it's getting worse as I'm aging. And I'm wondering if it's not that thing that some women have where their lining is too thick. What is that called? Endometriosis is what it's possible if it is a reproduction problem, which I wish I could just have the entire system ripped out of me. I really do. I can't have kids anyway. It seems so pointless that I have to go through this every month. Um, and there's always been a problem with it. And if it is endometritis, then that could be why I can't have kids, right? I don't know. But I'm fairly sure that this is just the upcoming to my period, and I'm not actually sick, but there's something wrong, because your period isn't supposed to completely debilitate you. Not in your 40s, well, 30s. I don't know.